Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Basic Podcast. I am your host, Thomas.
I'm your co-host, Ethan.
And I'm your other co-host, Jalen.
And today we will be talking about things, because
that's what you do in a podcast.
Not?
Yeah, alright. So, the weirdest dream I have ever had would probably be like this dream where I burned down my mom's house for no reason.
You're just like, you know what, Mom?
I hate you. You didn't give me pizza last week.
Just freaking burn her house down, like, what?
Grab a goddamn flamethrower.
Aw, dang it, Mom. I hate you.
Damn it!
Didn't buy me GTA.
Mom, the kick starts playing.
The $2 game on my phone.
Yeah.
Dang, Mom, you didn't give me V-Bucks.
Exactly. Yeah, but it was a weird dream. Like, I burned down my mom's house. I have no idea why. And then I started crying.
Oh, I forgot. I'm not gonna have a house.
That's ironic. Just be like, yeah, burn it. No, my house. No.
I have no idea. Okay. So basically, after that, I basically woke up. I was like, "What the hell just happened?" And I just realized, "Damn, I'm a dumbass." All right. How about you, Thomas? What's the weirdest dream you've ever had?
I actually don't remember almost half my dreams, to be honest.
Well, just try to recall one of them.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try to remember one.
Here, we'll come back to you. So, one night, I literally had 3 dreams in the same night. Like, I didn't wake up or anything.
Well,
it was
that
just like
happens to me a lot.
one continuous one. That's like, and like all 3 of them had nothing to do with each other.
You know what? Okay, so I want to tell a story. Like, so my dad had this dream one time where basically he went out to the fridge, got a glass of milk,
And
he would wake up.
And then disappeared.
He would wake up from that dream, go to the kitchen, get some milk, and he would wake up from that dream. It would be like a repetitive cycle to the point where he actually woke up.
Dang, that's crazy.
And he was like, "Am I in a dream still?"
What if he never woke up?
Then it would be kind of, it would be crazy for him. All right. You
Yeah, like,
We're all in
probably
his
the
dream.
craziest dream. So when I was littler, I was terrified of zombies.
Yeah.
So I had a dream where I was like stuck inside of school. Well, I went to school, and a zombie apocalypse happened. I was scared to death.
Yeah.
I woke up out of my dream, and I stayed up like watching videos till like 1 in the morning.
Oh.
I was not supposed to do that, obviously, but I did.
Yeah.
Then I ended up, you know what? I gotta go to sleep. So I went to sleep, and I was like, wait,
The
this
dream
is my
continued?
dream. I can control my dream. And I started like flying and stuff.
So you
I
had-
grew wings. It was so weird.
So you had a lucid dream?
Pretty much.
Became the Doomslayer.
Yeah. No, I just turned them all back. It was crazy.
All right.
You're a people now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Another weird dream I had was like, I think I was like around 5 or 6 at a time, and for some reason, like, you know those bed sheet ghosts that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had a dream about those, like, chasing me, like in the Scooby-Doo episode. And it was...
Like zoinks.
You want a Scooby snack? Okay. Yeah, but here's the thing. I was like 5 at the time, so I didn't know what, like, actual ghosts looked like. So I was like running from the ghost for like 5 hours. And then I woke up. I was terrified. I got
Basically pissing yourself.
practically.
Bruh. That's freaking crazy. I've never had something like that. Like, I remember once we got this like karate mat. It was like a mat for the ground to be
Yeah.
softer. And we had we had a dog. She was nice. And we had a, you know how if you get like a 10-foot deep pool or something like that, a deep pool,
Yeah.
you get those pool ladders?
Oh yeah.
We had one of those, and we'd play this game we would call doggy wrestling. We would jump off the ladder straight onto the dog, and she'd be fine with it. She'd just be chilling there. She'd be like, and you jump onto her, and she's like,
This is fine.
Yeah.
yeah, it was crazy. She was just not harmed at all.
Did you? Okay. Like a good childhood game we would play at. I used to live in Georgia, right? So there would be like pools and lakes and stuff all around. So basically, people would like get like Nerf guns and shoot them like directly in other people's mouths.
How is that fun?
I actually don't know. That's not a fun game I played. I didn't play that game because I'm not a dummy.
You literally said a bunch of other game I played. We would shoot. What was Lake supposed to do with the story at all?
Okay. Well, we would play this game like I don't know what it was called. It was like water gun tag. Sort of like you would be like bounty hunters or something.
Okay, that's cool. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Like we would shoot each other, right? Like two of us would be criminals, and one of us would be like, capturers.
Yeah.
So yeah, like one of the weird. Okay, that's like a pretty fun game I used to play, and we'd be like hiding in the pool or lake or wherever, just to like prevent from getting shot.
Yeah, one of the games I played when I was littler was it was 2 games. We played freaking Pinecone Wars. Or pretty much, if you were holding a pine cone or even touch one, you're freaking in the war. It was crazy, man. Like you'd be taking pine cones to the face, everything. So where we lived right next to our landlord, and then it was our house, and there was like this giant field, like really big.
Yeah.
You want to go to war?
I don't even know how like big it was, but it was pretty big. And then we had another house. So what we would do is we take the pine cones and just start throwing them at
Oh
each
my
other.
God, dude.
And you just be running around like holy crap.
I just imagine you like fed someone a pine cone like 10 years later, it just grows out of them.
What?
Have you ever had weird childhood games, Jadlyn?
I didn't really play with other kids, so I just remember playing some Dora game on the Wii. Dora Saves the Crystal Kingdom. And, like, I beat that, like, in the first 2 days I had it.
Yeah. I had a game like that. It was Spider-Man for the PS2.
Spider-Man.
It was a pretty fun game, basically. It's an average Spider-Man game where you swing around, go to checkpoints, beat up bad guys.
It sounded like you almost said beat up Batman.
Beat up Batman.
Yeah, another childhood game I'd play. It wasn't a game. We dug a big old hole like right in front of our front steps.
Yeah.
And we just filled it with water and called it a pool, and we just play in it. It was fun.
Bro, there was this deep puddle that was like 2 feet deep. Yeah,
That's not a puddle.
It was a puddle.
It's not called a puddle. A 2-foot deep puddle.
Yeah.
You don't call it a puddle.
What do you call it?
I don't know. It's not a puddle.
Alright, whatever. It was like 2 feet deep because it would always rain in Georgia. So we would literally, a couple of my friends would literally wrestle in it and just mess around in it.
Bruh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this other thing we did. So we had this random Dora playhouse I think someone gave us. And we just stuck it in this tree at our front yard that we had. And we made like a clubhouse out of it. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was like a gigantic tree, man.
Oh.
And then once we had like woods right next to our house, and we just got lost in there, and we were so scared, and then we just walked back home.
Dude, we had I know I'm talking about Georgia a lot, but back in Georgia,
Georgia.
I love eating some Georgia in the morning.
You know, a whole kid named Georgia.
Oh my god. So back in Georgia, our backyard was huge. It was like a whole acre of like just woods. So anytime we'd go in the woods, like it would be like a whole block. So after that, like there was a lake, right?
Yeah, same with us. Right behind us, it was like an acre of land, and then there was a freaking lake rim.
Yeah.
In North Carolina.
So basically, me and my friends would be playing in it, and the freaking water was like fresh.
Dang, our water was like dirty as hell. I'm not being honest.
Jeez. Okay. So we'd basically be contaminating the water.
Dang.
All right. So, all right. Next subject: awkward people. Well, awkward situations slash people.
Bruh. I hate when I'm on the city bus, which I ride a lot.
Yeah.
And there's like 10 other seats besides the one I'm sitting in. And then just one random homeless dude. It always has to be a homeless dude.
I know.
It has to sit next to me. Just, oh yeah, I'm gonna sit here. And then they'll ask me for freaking a cigarette money.
Yeah.
Yo, you got any liquor?
I don't want to be smelling liquor and depression, my guy.
Honestly. And I'm like freaking 13 sitting there. He's like, yo, you got a cigarette? You got some weed?
Bruh.
You think I can have that?
Exactly.
Even if I had a car, do you think I had enough money to support that?
Yeah.
It's freaking expensive stuff, man.
And well, I also hate when people assume you have money.
My God. Like, they'll ask you for money. Hey, man, you got money? I'll tell them, nah, I don't. 2 days later, they'll ask me for more money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not getting paid. I don't have a job. You get
Give me
that
some
right.
of that money.
Okay. Like, I would have this girlfriend, quote unquote, who would be like, hey, give me some money. I want to buy some ice cream. I gave her $1 once. The next day, she's like, hey, can I have some money? I'm like, bro, I'm broke. She would continually ask me, hey, do you have money? I'm like, and to the point where she would be aggressively yelling at me and trying to poor shame me. I'm like, can you just
being
stop?
poor.
So I just broke up with her, right? The next goddamn day, she broke up with me for being a gold digger. I was like,
What?
I'm not really in the mood to be dealing with drama. I didn't want to do anything about it. I just sat there and took it.
Makes sense.
Just sat there like, everything's fine.
Alright. Any awkward situations you have, Jalen?
Like, I don't really talk to people other than you guys and Mario, so
Let me play the Chinese violin for you.
I know my life is sad.
Yeah, but like when you're out in public, just awkward situations / people you've dealt with.
Like, I'm not really the best with talking to people, so like I'll say like, I don't know, if I'm at say Walmart and I want some of those McDonald's cookies because
Yeah.
those taste good. I'd ask my mom, hey, could you talk to the people because I don't know how to talk to people.
Yeah.
And then she'd give me $1 and say go.
Yeah. There's also an awkward situation
Because like
everyone deals with.
I remember
Wait,
I did that once.
One thing, sorry. Who eats the McDonald's cookies?
I do.
Cookies are way better.
I've never even eaten a single one of McDonald's cookies. If you're watching this, leave that in the comments, along with a like and subscribe. We're trying to reach our like goal of 2 likes.
Alright.
And also, give us a name, because we put it as the basic podcast. We have no clue what to name this,
Alright,
to be
so
honest.
one awkward
Alright,
situation.
go back to your story, Jalen.
Okay, because like one time I actually did do that, go get my cookies, and it took a while. And then once I finally got them, my mom just teleported out of nowhere, and like was like, "Oh hey, these aren't warm cookies. I should go complain."
Oh, jeez, that's a scary move.
But she didn't because we had to go.
One situation we've all dealt with is waiting too long at a store.
I was not
Yeah, honestly, you'll be in the store and you'll be like, Mom, we gotta go.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, no, we have to get more stuff.
No, my friend's here.
Not trying to be mean or anything to any moms out there.
Yeah.
But, like, if
You
you gotta get
you
out of
guys
the
are the
store,
best.
you gotta get out of the store.
Exactly.
Mom,
And, like,
the store's burning down, mother.
like, not just that, but like sometimes the lines are ridiculously long with people like
Yeah.
buying like 40,000
Freaking,
items.
if you're not in there at, like, 4 in the morning, then you're gonna sit in the line for at least, like, half an
Yeah.
hour. Alright, so this will be it for the first episode of the podcast. Hopefully you like and subscribe. Tell us names, give us any suggestions.
Get us to
We're
our,
out there.
Get us to our subscriber goal of 50.
Yeah.
All right.
And have a good one. This was a good podcast. Goodbye. Yeah, haha, we were just kidding. That was not the end.
Yeah.
So, now we will talk about bad things at school.
Yes.
Like, in my school, once, freaking, I was in the back of making my ramen in the microwave, like you do, you know. And freaking, I hear, fight. And then kids start start jumping onto freaking tables and stuff. And start like, yeah, get her. And it was this one gay kid. And I think he was gay, I don't know. And this other person, they were fighting. I was like, bruh. The freaking principal walks in. We all get in trouble, and we have to stay inside for the whole day, the rest of the week, bro. It sucked. And it was a Friday, so guess what? The next week, we didn't have recess. Bro,
You know
it
what
was
else?
trash.
All right. So since we're talking about fights, let's talk about a couple fights at my school. So there's these 2 kids named C and J. Let's just call them that. C was one of my friends, and Jay was a friend of C. So when Jay was talking crap about C, like calling him the F word, that means gay, but a very disrespectful term, C started getting annoyed. He was like, "Hey, can you stop?" So Jay said, "Yeah, I'll stop." So as soon as Jay continued saying bad stuff about C got tired of it and literally picked the kid up and body slammed him. So what did Jay do in retaliation? He literally bit C, like with his teeth.
Bruh, honestly, if you're in a fight, that's like the one thing you don't do. You don't bite someone. That's like the wackest thing you can do.
Yeah, and then there's also another story I had where basically two chicks one was talking about another chick. The chick was like, "Hey, no," and literally broke the girl's collarbone.
Ooh.
Bruh, that's a nasty wacky.
All right, you, Jalen?
I mean, like, there was that one time, we all went to 6th grade with each other. So, me and Ethan were in the cafeteria just, like, talking because he needs vitamin D. And all of a sudden, these girls just start fighting.
It was funny.
And, like, they knock over this computer.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, all of a sudden, like, I'm trying to get out of there. And, like a sea wave of children just, like, sprints at us.
Exactly.
Trying to see the fight.
It was just like and the bell rang, so we were like a little late for our classes.
Well, the bell didn't ring yet. It was like a minute, or like I think 5 minutes before the bell rang.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was like 4 teachers on her and the security officer on one of the girls, and like another teacher dragged the other girl out.
Well, we're not talking about fights anymore. Let's talk about one of my worst kids named N.
Wow, you're a teacher all of a sudden?
No, one of the teacher's kids.
Okay.
So let's call her N. She was a horrible person. I don't know if she had dealt with abuse or something, but she would be cussing people out. She'd be talking crap about other people, and by art time, like that was my last period, I believe. So, my last period was art. It was my 3rd period. So, she started talking crap. She had her phone out. And, well, when she had her phone out, the teacher was like, "Hey, can you not?" It was a substitute that day, and I love substitutes because our art teacher was trash. So, she would said no, and then she started cussing out the teacher. I'm not even joking about that. So he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna call the security officer." So she starts like she was acting like a goddamn worm. She was like doing the worm or something. Literally, like trying to prevent the security guard from getting her. She ended up walking out the class in handcuffs. Let's just end it on that.
Dang.
Wait, that's all that happened? Or like was there like something really bad that happened, like she got tased?
She didn't get tased.
Oh.
All right. Well, we're talking about. Well, since we're not talking about fights anymore, let's talk about teachers.
Okay.
So I had this one teacher, and she was just mean sometimes. Like once I was trying to give an assignment in, and it was late, and she didn't accept mine, but this other girl did it, and she accepted it. And then there was this other time I said, "Dang," I was trying to remember something, because she called on me. I was like, "Wait, dang it, I had a brain fart," which means I forgot it on that moment. And she's like, "What did you say?" And she's like, "Don't use that foul language in my class."
It's a bodily function.
What?
It's a
organ.
like seriously, you can't control a fart, can you?
It's a brain fart. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, I know. Understand that. Okay.
That language.
Yeah, she got all mad at me, and it was dumb.
The same teacher. I asked for a pencil during a test, right? Like just before a test. She just yelled at me, "Hey, what did you just say?" I'm like, "I'm asking for a pencil." "Go outside now!" And she wrote a referral for me. I'm like, "Really?" I waited like. What? So basically, I just gave up. I'm like, come on. Any stories with the same teacher we had?
Well, I do remember that she wanted us to all know cursive. Thing was, she didn't even teach it.
Yeah.
So, like, how hard is it to take, like, 5 to 10 minutes out of the day to, like, this is how you write the letter A?
Yeah.
And so, she'd take at least, in the beginning you could... you can, at the beginning of the school year, you didn't really get points taken off, but like as the year progressed, if you didn't learn cursive, then basically you got points taken off.
I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I would rather get 10 points taken off my test than write in cursive.
Honestly, that's exactly what I did.
It's a dead font.
Like seriously, who the hell uses that? I'd
Yeah.
rather learn to write in like Latin than cursive.
Exactly.
Cursive is pretty much Latin.
All right.
Chinese.
And well, there's our math teacher. Let's call her Mrs. M.
Don't say the subject. We don't need anyone to know about this. But so there was this teacher that was like, she couldn't do anything because all the students were
She was just too nice.
mean.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that she was too nice. She just couldn't do anything besides call the principals. And the office didn't even care because ended up half the time when the bell was dismissed, half the kids ran out and they clicked the button to call the office.
Yeah. And like that same teacher I had, like I got into one fight in the year because a kid would bully me constantly. So I basically grabbed him by the neck and, pushed him onto a board.
Grab
a
him by the
whiteboard.
neck. Yeet!
Like a chalkboard?
Yeah, a chalkboard. So the teacher stopped the fight. The kid threw a cookie at me.
That's
Yeah.
the worst weapon ever.
When you only have cookie.
Exactly.
Bro.
So he threw a cookie at me. I'm like, bro. And I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to get in more trouble. I got ISS for the day. And ISS at my middle school was not anything at all. You just sat there going to a teacher's classroom, do assignments for the whole time. If you didn't have assignments, they would have you do something like read books. So basically, I got a whole day free to myself.
Yeah.
Just read a
And then
comic
over
book
on
the whole day.
topic, I had this good teacher. And he was pretty chill. He was laid back. If you started starting stuff like cussing or anything like that, he would just stop it immediately.
He also
got fired.
played games with the kids.
Yeah, and he would play games with us. So if we finished our work, we got to go on the computers and he'd play games with us and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, like I'm not saying all bad schools are all bad teachers. Like some teachers are good, but what I'm saying is,
Majority of them just are there for the paycheck.
yeah,
That's why a lot of kids aren't really invested.
Yeah, honestly. A lot of teachers are good. A lot of teachers aren't good. I don't know what you do.
Yeah.
So there'd be strict teachers, good teachers, and then laid back teachers.
exactly. Like I would say the worst teachers are the teachers that just don't care about you.
Yeah. And then there was this one time. There was this one time when we were in elementary school. We were playing football, me and this other kid. We were playing football with some other friends. And this other kid came in and tried to grab the ball from him.
Let's call
so
him
he
T.
took the ball and moved his arm so it would shake him off. He got shook off, fell straight flat on his stomach, and started crying. So then the next day, me, Ethan here,
Yeah.
and my little brother were playing 500. You don't know what that is? It's a football game. Look it up.
So the kid who got knocked over and his thought of a mom comes out with her freaking panties on her ankles. She started complaining in this voice, like she smoked 1,000 cigarettes. Stop! She run the place. We're like,
Mega Karen.
What the heck? Because out of nowhere, the kid comes and takes my football. I'm like, give it back. He's like, no, you can't take football. I got a concussion. Which he didn't, obviously.
Yeah.
It was 200% he didn't. Then why would you be at school?
and then his mom comes out. As I said, she looked like she was in a quote unquote film or two.
Yeah, it was just not good. She was not. She was really whack.
Yeah.
It was a really weird and awkward situation,
And well,
and it was very not good.
yeah, and then there's my school, which did have, which had a couple of awkward fights. Okay, so I think I already told this story, right? Alright, so one of the worst things that ever happened at my school was like that fights would happen often. Usually I wouldn't see them, but apparently kids like recording fights, right? So if you were caught recording a fight, you would get automatically suspended for like a day.
The thing is, like, suspensions don't matter unless it's ISS. It doesn't matter.
And they
because you get suspended, you get to go home.
Exactly.
Unless you have like one of those like really strict parents that like you got kicked out of school.
Yeah, like my parents said if it's for a good reason, like say if there's a school shooter or something, I don't know if this is illegal or not. They would just want me out of there, out of the building. Even if I left, they wouldn't care as long as I was safe. Or like if I got a suspension for like something, like if they were calling my mom out of my name, or if they're like actively teasing me, like actual bullying me, like they were punching me and stuff. Then what he would do is just out of nowhere, when they're walking in the freaking halls, walk up on them and be like, "Don't do that again," and like pin them against the wall or something. Which makes sense, and they said if I did that, they wouldn't care because it makes sense.
Yeah, the same thing with my parents. My dad said if he ever came to the office because I got into a fight because a kid was bullying me, he'd act all mad like when he's at the office.
Oh man, how could you, son? Let's go get some ice cream.
Pretty much. Like, my parents are pretty laid back, and I wouldn't say they're too strict. Like, but all parents have stupid rules.
Yeah.
Well, some of them are really stupid.
Well, yeah. But,
like don't do drugs, child.
Yes, don't do drugs. And then my dad would be like, "Don't do drugs."
Wink, wink.
No, don't do drugs. And then if you did drugs, dang, that sucks.
Go outside.
We told you not to do those.
Get out of our home.
But, like, one stupid rule my parents have was I can't get in any conflicts with my sister. She's a 4-year-old.
Gets in conflict.
Like, let's just say I'm playing a game. He literally would walk into my room and just take the controller out of my hand. I'm not allowed to do anything.
Man, that sucks. So, like, if she was, like, literally shooting you can't do anything?
No.
Well, she's only 4.
Like, I'm not gonna beat the crap out of my sister for doing that, but...
Like, it's like Manny from freaking...
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
He'll freaking, like, kill people and be like,
I'm only... Exactly. And, well, we're gonna end the episode here. It's been a long time since we started, and it was a good episode. See ya, like, guys, next week, hopefully.